Welcome to Your Voice Thailand. I'm your host, Yuri.
I'm Chief.
We bring you interviews and stories about lifestyle, culture, and society in Thailand every week. How's it going, Chief?
Yes, good. How is going, Yuri?
It's going great. I listened to 4 podcasts this morning.
Okay.
2,000 Americans died yesterday of COVID-19.
Oh, sorry about that.
And President Trump is celebrating the stock market. But we don't have to talk about those ridiculous and sad things.
Yeah, not talk about the sad thing.
All right, what do we got on the show today?
We have interview with one of our students, Natee. We have AMA. Do you know AMA, Yuri?
Yes, it's like a question and answer. AMA, ask me anything.
Who do you think you're gonna talk to?
Ibsen will be first.
He got many questions from students. Yeah, and the last one, Yuri and I have a few topics we want to talk about.
Chief, what's your quick topic for today?
For my quick topic is about Christmas.
In Thailand.
In Thailand, most of us is not Christian, but we celebrate Christmas. Actually, we like any kind of culture. That's why we celebrate Christmas too. So for Christmas, for us, we don't know exactly the meaning of that day, but we see the culture is quite beautiful and with a lot of warmth and fun. That's why we celebrate this culture.
Like we have that big Christmas tree outside in front of the mall.
Yes. You know, I have not any talented to decorate the Christmas tree.
Nor do I. But
Yeah.
I must say that Git has talent for decorating.
Perfect. So what about another topic?
My quick topic today is good news for BTS. BTS, not the train, but the K-pop band. Do you know Jin from K-pop band BTS?
I know just only Blackpink.
Blackpink? This is a boy band. Sorry. This is good news for BTS fans, whoever you are. Jin is the oldest member from K-pop band BTS. He's 28 years old, and he was supposed to start mandatory military service this year. Mandatory military service or compulsory military service. Compulsory is Bangkap,ใช่ไหม?
Yes, all of the men, right?
Yeah.
Not exception.
Yeah, that's right. Almost no exceptions. The Korean government changed the law, so BTS have 2 more years of performing before they have to do their military service.
And the one thing that I quite concerned about this one, do you know Rain, right? When he finished military service, he come back and then he wasn't as popular as the time that he was.
As before?
Yeah.
I can see that. You go away for your military service for 2 years and you come back and people forget you. Overall, I like compulsory military service. Some kind of service or volunteering that you do for your country is a good thing. As long as it's fair, as long as everyone has to do it and it's equal, right?
Yeah.
I would also like to see it extended to women as well.
Exactly. I want to see women in the military service. Do you know about Israel?
Ah, yeah.
Everyone.
Men and women, right?
Yes, fair.
How about here?
If you want to be in the military, so you can just register. The second case is if you don't want, but you have to. Every area they have a quota. If you are one of the guys in the purple age, you have to go to pick the ball.
Yeah, it's a lottery.
Yeah, lottery, red ball and black ball. So if you got the black ball, you are free. But if you got a red ball, go to the camp.
I hear students talking about radar.
Oh yeah, this one is exceptional. I did. When I was in high school, I studied about military for 3 years, but not every day, just once a week.
That means you don't have to do the lottery.
Yes.
Do you know David Beckham?
Yes, I do. He is my favorite football player.
Beckham โดนใบแดงแล้วใบไหน Do you know this one?
ไปข้างสนาม
ไปเป็นทหาร
Pam. This is your joke, right? Okay. What else?
That's it. This part of the show is a question and answer with Ibsen. We're calling it an AMA, or Ask Me Anything. Ibsen and I were part of the original teacher team at Wall Street English Bangkapi, along with Liz. We're also friends outside of work. One note before we start, Ibsen also answered some questions at the end that were originally submitted for Liz. Thank you for submitting your questions, everyone. We'd love to hear your questions. And here's your AMA with Ibsen. Ibsen, welcome.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
How are you today?
I'm all right. I actually just got up maybe an hour and 40 minutes ago. So, just still waking up.
How long have you worked at Wall Street?
It's over 2 years now. I started in September of 2018.
Are there any topics that you want to start off talking about?
One thing as we talked about earlier, was the Apple released some new headphones.
Oh, yeah.
I think they're called the AirPods Max. And they're not AirPods, they're headphones.
Right. That's right. Okay, I have it up on the computer
Okay,
here.
so you should
AirPods
look at
Max
them.
is the right title.
Take a look at them. They are $560.
5 colors: black, blue,
Yeah.
silver, green, pink.
I think they look horrendous. Just that top part. Look at that top part, the headband.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
Look at that. What is that? It looks
looks like a Teletubby.
Yeah, there's that, or it looks like the headgear you get with braces from like the 1970s. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, yeah.
I read the science behind it. I forgot why. It's like flexible, but oh my god, that looks terrible. I would never want to wear that. $560.
Well, people are gonna pay it.
They're just paying for the brand name.
Totally. We're gonna see these headphones everywhere, huh?
For
AirPod Maxes.
$560, or that's about what, 20,000 baht.
Yep.
Right, 20,000 baht for a pair of headphones.
Yeah, that's right. You're right. We're not gonna see them everywhere.
Yeah.
Let's get to the questions. This first question: what is your got cut off? So, what is your
opening message when you flirt online?
When you flirt online, I don't know. I rarely do that. So maybe just like, hey. I'm not really into like doing those lines. It's the best icebreaker. Just say hey in your name.
Mhm.
There's no reason to say hey baby.
Where would you like to go during Christmas?
Where would I like to go during Christmas? I guess being away from home, you end up thinking I would want to go home, visit your family and things like that. I'm working on Christmas.
What do you want in the new year?
What do I want in the new year? I don't really have, I do buy stuff. I don't really have like something I think, oh, I really want that for the new year. I might buy a new computer.
My question for Ibsen is, if you were ruler of your country, what would be the first law you would introduce?
It's a mon. If I was a ruler of my own country. Oh my God. I don't know. I have no idea what that would be if I was the ruler of my own country. I just wouldn't want to be a ruler of a country. I'd probably try to disappear.
Where did you sleep last night, Ibsen?
I slept at home. Yeah, I was at home, and if we're talking about the time of the day of the question, I was at home. I always sleep at home. I hate. We've had this talk before. I hate sleeping not in my bed. I'll make every effort to get home.
How do you make other people not take advantage of you?
I don't actually think about that because I know people don't try to take advantage of me. Also, I guess if that ever happened, the moment I sniff that out that you're trying to take advantage of me, I nip that in the bud pretty quickly. I guess this is the double-edged sword of that. Like, I think like in the encounters, some people they might not like push back too hard at me because they're intimidated.
Question for Ibsen. Describe your perfect date.
Okay. That was Kit. That was definitely Kit. Perfect date. I don't have any specific thing about where to go. It's just you go somewhere that's no pressure. You have fun. That's your perfect date.
Question for Ibsen. Would you like to be famous? If yes, in what way?
I would go with yes and no for that. No, when I was young. You don't want that when you're young. When you're older, it's a lot easier to handle it. But then you realize also it's just your life. You don't have a life anymore when you're famous, or at least it's such a weird life. You don't ever get to live normally if you're, as we see with a lot of people. It destroys you or just makes you insane, right? I definitely probably wouldn't want to be like an actor or anything. Probably better if you're known for something that's like meaningful.
What's more important between privacy and security?
That's Peem, right? It depends, probably. I guess security depends. If you are someone who's embarrassed about things or can get embarrassed, sure, your privacy will be important, or you just don't want things out in the open. It depends on, as they say, how much you give a damn about other people's opinions or what they know about you. Online, you might see me online a lot. I post a lot of stuff, but I don't mention anything privately about myself usually.
Why do you want to be a teacher?
Is it why? Why do I want to be a teacher? I guess I don't want to be a teacher, right? I never planned on being a teacher. I just fell into it. And actually that goes into how did I come to Thailand, things like that, or like people might ask, where was I before Thailand? That's one of the popular questions.
I would like to ask Ibsen why you always pose handsomely every time.
I always pose handsomely? Like when? In class? I have no idea what that means. Maybe why I always look handsome? Well, I mean, yeah, it's just the way I look, right? If they mean in like class sometimes I pose, yeah, maybe it's like when they're stuck or they make the wrong answer, I'm like, and I kind of take a pose like, we sure about that? But I don't think that's handsome.
What kind of woman make you crush on her? Like cute, smart, sexy, or rich?
Part of it is the power of that first impression, right? So it's always going to be how someone looks, right? How someone sounds, right? Those are the first two criteria. Whether or not like those other things, cute, sexy, smart, I don't really have criteria like that. I think maybe it's like afterwards, like once you get to know someone, maybe they'll start to come up more. Like, let's just see what happens, right? How do you feel? Not like, did they meet your expectation? How do you feel?
Question for Ibsen: why did you change your hair?
There's actually two reasons. Two terrible reasons. I mean, they're stupid and kind of funny. One was I started to run out of razors. And I didn't want to spend the money. Razor blades are not cheap, people, right? I think you know that. A pack of 5, I forget what it is. What it'd be here? I guess like 600 baht. And then there was the other thing, which was gout. I started to have gout in my foot, right? And that made moving around difficult. So that coincided with running out of razors and just having to stand and shave my head all the time. I was like, forget that. It's the laziness of just letting it grow. Mm-hmm. And then after a week, I was like, maybe I'll go a little further. This is the longest it's been since 2002.
Where do you want to travel in 2021?
21? Well, if I can do it, I'll go to Mount Fuji. That's going to be in August probably. If it opens up, I'm going to go there probably first. I need to get in my hiking. I've done under 5 hikes in my life. I'm like, I gotta get it in now. I gotta get it in.
What would you change about yourself if you could?
Nothing. That's one of those, if you went back in time, right? If you change anything about yourself, you wouldn't be yourself. That's why you can't change anything in your past. But that means you are okay with how you are now. There was this quote in True Detective by Matthew McConaughey. I forget exactly what it is. It's like you've come to terms with who you are in your life, and that's a victory because most people can't. Like I've come to accept who I am.
You always look stress-free. How do you do it?
Well, I don't know if that can apply to me because students think I always look serious. But let's say I am stress-free. It's the sleep, exercise. But no, I get stressed out.
What's the hardest part of being a teacher?
No, it's the preparation probably, I guess. The hours and the prep time.
What do you think has been the most important social movement in your generation?
Maybe that hasn't even happened yet. Maybe what's happening now is the social movement.
Thanks for coming, Ibsen.
Yep.
For the last segment this week, Chief and I were lucky to interview Natee at the Mall Bangkapi. Natee is a college student. She's a communicator at heart, and I think this shows in this conversation. We talk about learning English inside school, outside school, and we play a little quiz game at the end. This won't be the last of Natee on this show, so I'm happy to have her here, and I consider this her introduction. Natee, welcome.
Welcome, Natee.
Hi. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, sure.
How are you today?
I'm good. And you guys?
Good. Thanks.
Natee, my earliest memory of you is after we had the song class. We talked about indie rock.
Yeah, the indie rock.
So you're the indie rock kid in my head.
Yeah. I like indie rock music.
What are you listening to right now?
I listen mostly Coin, but Coin is a pop band, I guess.
How do you spell that?
Coin, Coin.
And do you have a specific song recommendation?
Talk Too Much.
Awesome.
Not me, right?
I'm Natee and I'm a student of Wall Street English. I'm in level 16 right now.
What's your earliest memory of English?
When I was like 5 years old or 6 years old, I went to safari with my aunt and my uncle, and there was a snake. Like we were waiting for the show, and there was a snake, and some tourists are like walking there, and my aunt said that there was a snake, don't go there, something like that.
So that is your first memory about English?
Yes.
And then how do you motivate yourself until now, because your English is good?
Actually, I started to like English when I was grade 3. I started to like English because of my teacher. I motivate myself by I setting my goals that I want to speak like a native speaker. And I want to do my master degree in Australia.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why.
Do you have any study advice for students on how they can improve their English within Wall Street?
Within Wall Street. I think you need to do your lessons, but you need to speak English as well, use it to communicate with people, like your friends or teachers. I actually speak English with friends if I could, in Wall Street.
Even they speak Thai, you speak English to them?
Sometimes.
Okay.
About how many classes do you join per week, like complimentary classes, social clubs, English corners, and encounters?
If I have time, I join a lot of class, especially social clubs or English corner, because it's not that serious. I like to play and stuff.
Which one do you prefer, to study English in a book or study English by activity?
Activities is more important.
Okay.
And it works better.
What do you want to be in the future?
I want to be a psychologist or a counselor. It's really good to help people with their problems. I like psychology because it helps me to understand myself, to know myself better. So it could help me to understand you guys or others people better as well.
So you can see my background, right? I see many movies about the psychologist, and then they are good listener, right? And when they look at the patients and they can know everything about their patient. Wow, how do you know that one? Yeah, do you have the magic or not? Just the word, the word can explain you. Yeah, and
I mean, if I am a professional like that, I could. But right now, I need to take time to talk to people to understand them and to know their background. Yeah, so don't worry, I don't know your background yet. Don't know yet.
Yeah.
Do you study nonverbal communication?
In body language?
Exactly.
Yes. Actually, people told me that if someone look at the left side when they were talking like this, they are lying because they need to think what they are going to say next.
And what if they look up and to the right side?
To the right side? It's not actually. They're not lying. It's just I'm not sure as well.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Really? Left side? I rolling eyes. When I.
You're rolling eye.
Yeah, this. When I'm thinking,
I think you're deciding if you want to lie or not.
Yeah, maybe yes.
Yes, I think.
When I was a kid, I didn't know the difference between a psychologist and a mind reader.
So now do you know the difference between my... Yeah.
I'm pretty clear now.
Yeah.
As a psychologist, you have to be a good listener, as you said.
Yes.
Right? What other skills do psychologists need to have?
I've learned that if you want to be a good psychologist, you don't need to tell them what to do, but show them the problems that they have and show the solutions. We can guide them, but
let them choose.
Let them choose their own way.
And you have to be trustworthy.
Yes.
Build relationships.
Yes, first it's important because if your patient doesn't trust you, so they're not going to tell you the truth.
Mm-hmm.
But if they're not going to tell you the truth, you cannot judge them as well, and you cannot judge them if they tell the truth or not. You just have to listen.
Have you ever had the experience about psychologists with friends?
Maybe I'm not a psychologist but a counselor. I consider myself as a good listener, so my friend like come and talk to me about their problems a lot. And sometimes I feel down. Sometimes I kind of like doubt myself if I did a good job or not. But actually we don't, if you want to be a good psychologist, you like need to just listen and then put it down. Don't have, how to say, don't bring it into your life, your mind.
You gave us some nice study advice about how to study in Wall Street. How about studying outside of Wall Street?
I actually use application for studying English. I mean, especially like online dating apps as well. I think it helps a lot. Even though you're not looking for a boyfriend or girlfriend, you can talk to them as a friend as well.
What if they want to be more than friends and you don't want to be?
I mean,
do you still talk?
Yeah, I've met a lot of that kind of people, and some people are like, they already talk as well, but you will get used to it.
Okay.
Really.
They call it a thick skin.
Thick skin, yeah. You get like your skin thicker.
Have you ever met somebody in person from a dating app or from the internet?
No, never, because they're so far away.
What kind of man do you like?
Kind of man?
Yeah.
I like girls.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. Any person.
I have to change the questions. What kind of people do you like?
Yes.
Yeah.
I like someone who have a goal, like knows their goal and know what to do in their life.
When you meet people online, do you usually communicate through text, chat, reading, writing, or speaking and listening?
Text and chat. But when you get to know that person better, you can send like the voice message.
Do you have a New Year's resolution?
Yes, my New Year resolution is learning Korean. I like K-pop as well, and I want to communicate with Hayoung and Myungju.
Okay.
What was your New Year's resolution in 2020?
Actually, I was like wrote my New Year resolution here at Wall Street in someone class. I forgot, and it was learning how to play skateboard and learning Korean and stop procrastinating, and I achieved just one goal.
Skateboarding.
Yes, skateboarding. And yeah, I realized that you only need to, I mean, you can set the goal for a new year, just one goal is okay, because you have 3 and you achieve just one.
Is there anything that you want to tell us, you want to say that we didn't ask you about?
I just want to tell like anyone that are going like studying English right now and feel like don't want to do it anymore. I just want to say like English is important, like so important. If you put your time on it, you will get the result of it as well.
Thank you, Natee, for the interview. It's game time. The players will be Chief, Natee, and me, but only Chief and Natee may gain points. There will be 3 questions each. First round, I ask the questions. Question 1. What states can you name in the USA?
California.
Is Ohio is a state? Yeah, Ohio.
Texas.
About Los Angeles? It's a city?
That's a city,
Yeah.
That's right. Chief, 1 point. Name another search engine besides Google.
Yahoo.
Natee 1, Chief 1. Take turns naming news organizations. Natee, start.
The Standard.
ไทยรัฐ
Channel 3.
ช่อง 7
Thai PBS.
ITV
BBC.
CNN
ABC.
I give up.
End of round 1. Natee 2, Chief 1. Round 2. Natee asks me the questions.
Which province in Thailand that has known as Horse Carriage Town?
Chief, do you think I know the answer to that?
No, you don't.
Horse Carriage Town? Bak Chong.
No,
Not quite.
Did you know that? รถม้า
Yes. Yeah.
Does everyone know that?
Yes.
Chief, 1 point.
Which province in Thailand has around 1,900 road curves?
Chief, do you think I know the answer to that?
No, you don't.
Mae Hong Son.
Yes.
I caught it.
Natee, 1 point.
Last question. What do you call a group of elephants in Thai?
You know it.
Mob.
No. No, it's actually clone.
Clone. Yes.
End of round 2. Natee 4 points, Chief 2 points. Chief's turn to ask questions.
It occurs once in a minute, twice in a moment, but never in an hour.
I think I know the answer, but Yuri.
Do you think I know the
Yes.
answer? Really?
Yes. Come on.
Gonna say an orgasm.
No, the letter M. It occurs once in a minute. Okay. Twice in a moment.
Ooh. Yeah.
But never in an hour.
How did you know that one?
Because we already played it.
Yes.
in
Ibsen game.
Chief 1 point.
A cowboy rides in town on Friday. He stays 3 days, then rides out of the town on Friday. How?
Yuri doesn't know the answer.
What was that province?
Lampang.
Lampang.
Because he's in Lampang province.
No.
What?
Natee 1 point.
Okay, the answer. The horse name was Friday.
Who named the horse like that?
Is it correct to say the yolk of eggs is white or the yolk of eggs are white?
Oh, is or are?
Yes.
Do you think I know?
Yes. Oh my
R.
Neither.
god. Why?
Because the yolk of eggs are yellow.
Yeah, like this one.
Okay.
Final score, Natee 5 points, Chief 4 points. Natee, thank you for playing.
Thank you for letting me play.
That's the show for this week. Thanks to Natee for taking the time.
Thanks for sending in your responses. We love hearing your voice.
What's your question for Teacher M? Send in your voice messages to @yourvoiceTH on Instagram.
And see you next week.